Dear students, in this video we will discuss about compound and the properties. Okay. So what are compound? Compounds are composed of two or more elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion. So elements can be your iron, it can be sulfur, it can be nitrogen, it can be oxygen. You know what are elements. Chemically combined means they are formed as a result of chemical chain. Okay. So fixed proportion we'll discuss. So let's take the example of water. The formula of water is H2O. So what are the elements present in water is hydrogen and oxygen. So how many atoms of hydrogen? 2 atoms of hydrogen. How many atoms of oxygen? 1 atom. So what is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen present? It is 2:1. Meaning whatever is the source of water, you will always get the number of hydrogen atom will always be hydrogen and number of oxygen atom will always be 1. Okay. The next, let us say carbon dioxide. Formula is CO2. So how many atoms of carbon? 1 atom of carbon. How many atoms of oxygen? 2 atoms. Meaning how they combine? They combine in a ratio 1:2. This meaning is fixed proportion. Okay. The next, let's say hydrogen. Hydrogen molecule, when I say, meaning this is an atom of hydrogen. Okay. This is an atom of hydrogen, but in nature you don't get atom of hydrogen. We always get a molecule of hydrogen, meaning always 2 atoms of hydrogen will be combining together because this type of hydrogen are highly unstable. Okay. They have high energy, they are highly unstable. Same way when we talk of nitrogen, always we get 2 atoms of nitrogen, meaning 2 atoms of nitrogen they combine because this is unstable. Same way we will get chlorine and Cl2, all these things. Okay. So these are examples of compound, or I can use another term, I can use the term molecules. Okay. So you know what are molecules? Molecules are made up of 2 or more atoms. Next step is, let us say activity, one activity is there in page 25 of your textbook, refer to it. Okay. So what you have to do is, 2 groups are given. One group just mix and crush iron filings and sulfur powder. Okay. One group just mix iron filings and sulfur powder. Another group mix and crush iron filings and heat this mixture strongly and allow it to cool. So when you are heating it, what is taking place? Energy change is taking place. So this is an example of what change? It's an example of chemical change. Do you remember? In a chemical change, new substances form, energy change takes place. This is an example of what change? This is an example of physical change. I think you can remember what is a physical change and what is a chemical change. In physical change, no new substances are formed, no energy change takes place. Then, what you have to do, next step is, you have to test. Okay, you have to test using 4 steps are there. Check for magnetism by bringing a magnet near it, meaning you have to use a magnet. Let us say in group 1 they got the substance A, in group B they got the substance B. Okay, so what will happen if you bring a magnet near it, the mixture was iron filings and sulfur powder, you will find that this one will be attracted to the magnet. Okay, and sulfur powder will not be attracted. You know the reason? Because iron is the magnetic material. Then in case of group B, you will find that no particles, no attraction towards the magnet. Means no particles will be attracted towards magnet. Why? We will discuss. Next step is, say test 2. Okay, you can compare the texture. Texture means the feel and the color. So in group 1, you will find that it is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Do you remember heterogeneous mixture? The particles of iron filings and sulfur powder can be seen or it is visible. In case of group 2, it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, in case of homogeneous mixture, do you remember? The particles cannot be seen. So here the particles cannot be seen. Okay, and what will be the color? Color in this one, the substance will be black in color, and in case of iron filings and sulfur powder, as both of them are visible, you have seen iron filings, one will be grey in color and the other one will be yellow in color. All of you have seen iron filings and sulfur powder in the lab. Yeah? Next. Add carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide formula is CS2. It is an organic solvent. So when we work with organic solvent, one precaution you have to take that we do not bring it near the flame. Then, and filter. Stir well and filter. So in this one you will find that out of iron filings and sulfur powder, it will dissolve. Okay, and this one will settle at the bottom of the beaker. So out of this, the sulfur will dissolve in this carbon disulfide and will disappear. Okay, because it has low melting point, but iron filings, it's a metal, so it will not dissolve in carbon disulfide and will settle at the bottom of the test tube. In case of group 1, you will find that there will be no reaction. Okay, there will be no reaction. Then comes number 4. Add dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid to the material. So in case of first one, iron filings and sulfur powder was there. This is a metal, this is a non-metal. Do you remember we have learned metal plus dilute acid gives us salt and one gas. What was the gas? It's hydrogen gas. So what will happen if we use sulfuric acid? Out of this you will get a salt and one gas will come out which burns with a pop sound having no smell. Okay. So in case of this one, in say group A or group 1, substance A, out of iron filings and sulfur powder, iron filings are metal, so it will react with dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid to form salt and produce hydrogen gas, which will come out from the test tube as what? Vapors. Can you recall? It will come out of the test tube as vapors. Next is that in case of group B, you will find that a gas comes out which has smell like rotten eggs. Okay, which has smell like rotten eggs. The name of the gas is hydrogen sulfide. Okay, hydrogen sulfide. So here also one gas comes out, but the name of the gas here will have what smell? Rotten smell. Okay, and the name of the gas will be hydrogen sulfide. Now, so these are the four observations. Now let us see one by one. What was the first one? Magnetic test. Iron filings are attracted to the magnet. Iron filings are not attracted to the magnet. Why? Because the iron filings has lost its property. Okay, the iron filings has lost its property. Next one was, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Both iron filings and sulfur powder are visible. Here it was a homogeneous mixture, it was black in color. Then when we dissolve it in carbon disulfide, what happens? The iron filing does not dissolve. On filtration, iron filings remain on the filter paper and sulfur dissolves. Then in case of group substance B, the black substance settles at the bottom of the bottom, no reaction takes place. Next is, in case of say the last one, colorless, odorless gas is evolved which burns with the pop sun. You know the gas which burns with the pop sun is hydrogen gas, and colorless gas is evolved which has rotten egg-like smell. What was the name of the gas? Hydrogen sulfide. Now, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that in case of group 1, A, say, or substance A, in case of group B, we took the name of the substance to B. So what happens is, in this one, only a mixture is formed. Okay, and both iron filings and sulfur powder, what they do, they retain their property. They do not lose their property. But in case of this one, what happens is, a chemical change takes place. Okay, a chemical change takes place, and as a result of the chemical change, you get a new substance. What is the name of the substance? The name of the substance is iron sulfide. In this one, both iron and sulfur has lost its property. That is why, what was the observation? Iron filings were not attracted to the magnet. Can you recall? Then sulfur powder does not disappear in dissolve in carbon disulfide. Okay. So what is the conclusion? Group 1 got a mixture, group 2 got a compound. So, meaning what can we conclude? We can conclude that in a mixture, the constituents do not lose their property. This one you have to remember, okay? Do not lose their property. In case of compound, the constituents, they lose their property. So, please refer to your textbook, okay? And try to understand the thing. If you have any doubt, just come and say, you can contact me.